Hello, my lovely ladies. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to do a little curriculum vlog. Somebody suggested that, and I said, ooh, actually, that sounds really, really fun. Okay, period. So if you're new here, hi. I like to make a little curriculum for myself. I do it each month, but you know, it's very like chill and not strict. So basically, I like to pretend that I'm in my own little school. I am someone who I've always been like really curious. I love to learn. I love to read. Since I was really little, you guys, I've had like a really high reading level when I was like very young, and I was reading books that I should not have been reading. Okay, let me tell you, I read like one of Anais Nin's diaries when I was like 14. I was learning about lots of stuff, okay? And so yeah, I love learning so much. I love reading. I love being curious. I'm very nosy. I just feel like our world, there's like so much to know, and it's cool that we can just like go out and like know things. So I don't know, I've been doing this for a while. This is just how I live. I don't know. But I've been sharing this with you guys online, and everyone has been really liking it. I just think that's so cute. So now we're in a little curriculum club together. So I thought we would spend the day together, and I'll show you a little bit about like what I'm focusing on for today, and like how I'm doing it. Well, we can just like do it together. So I don't know, I think that'll be cool. So if you're new here, hello, welcome to the curriculum club. Basically, like, everyone is invited. And here's the thing, how this all works is I design a curriculum for myself each month based off of what is really interesting to me, what sounds fun, what like just makes me so excited. And it can be anything I want. I don't have rules for myself. I don't say like I have to do this thing. Like if I don't finish something in a month, I just like continue to do it until I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, very like no rules, no pressure, because learning is supposed to be fun. Like life is supposed to be fun, right? Something I learned was like I used to be someone who, if I was reading a book and I like didn't really like it, I would still finish it. But like that's not great, because there are so many books to read that like I could actually like, hi Tortellini, what? Okay, Tortellini says hi. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I just think it's like a really good practice to like, if something isn't like lighting a fire within you, if something isn't just like, ooh yeah, brain blast, find something else, because I think a lot of times we're just so pressured into like learning stuff and having to do things, and like school sometimes too, it's like not very fun. You know what I mean? Sometimes like really rigid structured learning is not very fun. And I just think that learning in this way is like really such a fun way to be creative for me, because I can just like decide whatever I want and design it whatever way I want. And I think the low pressure has really like healed my relationship with like schooling and education and learning, because when I was younger, while I like was very smart, I wasn't in like an environment that was suited for me. So it was very difficult in like a traditional classroom setting for me. But I've just learned that like I need certain tools to do things. I just need things a little bit different. And it's been very healing for me. And the whole point of this also is to like connect with myself and like kind of like just like know who I am. Like this is crazy. I'm sorry about this behavior right now. I just like really like to get in touch with myself and discover like who I really am. And I feel like this is a practice where I really get to know myself, because when I'm like listening to like these little like chirps in my head of like, ooh, go learn about that, it like, I don't know, like I feel like it like nourishes my inner child in a way. So yeah, without further ado, let's hang out. This is going to be, oh my god, totally, this is going to be a little curriculum club like day in the life kind of like vlog. Okay, so first things first, morning pages. Hello, good morning. So I like to start my morning by doing morning pages, and this is a practice that I picked up when I started the artist way, and so I'm still doing them. This is a practice that I will just be doing for the rest of my life because it helps me so much. But I am doing the like second course that comes after the artist way, which is called Walking in This World. That is one of the things that I'm working on for my curriculum right now. So morning pages are a continuation of like activities for this course. So if you're not familiar with morning pages, I like love them so much. You do 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing when you wake up in the morning. And the whole thing with this, it's the 12th, right? The whole thing with this is in the morning it's helpful because it's very grounding to get all of the stuff out of your head and onto the page. For me, I wake up in the morning with like a lot of like racing thoughts, and it like kind of can overstimulate me, if I'm being honest with you. So I have found that this really helps as like an anchor to my day. If I have a slow, intentional morning, I'm set up for success throughout the day. I don't get as overstimulated. I have a lot better like focus. So I've been loving morning pages. So why I love kind of like the structure of like how I've been doing everything is because there's structure, but there's also kind of not, right? So I do morning pages in the morning when I wake up, but there's not like a strict time, right? I'm not like, I need to do it at 6, I need to do it at 7. I just wake up in the morning and I do my little morning routine. So I have my water, I sit, I put on my little cozy fall ambient YouTube, and then I'll just sit and write 3 pages here, and it probably will take me like 15 minutes. Honestly, it's pretty quick. I know that like some people struggle with morning pages and are like, I don't know, I don't have anything to write. Like quite literally write about that. Be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any thoughts in my head. I don't know. Because here's the thing, if you keep writing that over and over, thought starts taking form on page. This is what I've noticed when I'm like, I don't know, just it doesn't have to be a story. I think this is also a really great thing, like a practice in letting go of perfectionism. Just put your thoughts on the page. I've also been doing this for a few months now, so I think that I'm more comfortable with the practice. The thing that is hard for me is, or has been, like remembering to do it in the morning. However, I've been doing a really good job because I started like a new fall morning routine. So I was like, okay, morning pages are going to be part of the fall morning routine, like period, because they're cozy. They help me so much. That's the thing. I do them for me. Like they help me so much. So I'm like, Elizabeth, girl, get them in your routine. So I've been doing really well. I've been consistently doing them right when I wake up in the morning for the last like, I want to say like 2.5 weeks. And I notice a difference. Morning pages are done. I ended up doing 4 of them, and let me tell you, they really are all over the place. That's the thing. You just need to write what is in your head. You can't think too much about it. That defeats the purpose. But I was like so hungry. I was like, oh my god, literally my stomach was growling so much. So I'm gonna have some breakfast, and then I'm gonna get started with my journal stuff, just so I can like plan out my day a little bit, and then I'm gonna go for a walk. But this has been like my hyperfixation breakfast, just like Greek yogurt with blueberries and some granola. And I made this granola. It's, oh my god, it's so good. Like, oh, so good. It's maple sea salt granola. It has lots of yummy stuff in it. Hi, good morning. Do you want a little piece of this? You want a little piece? Oh, a piece for Tortellana. Start with my little agenda. I've been using this. It's been helping me a lot with just staying organized in terms of like what I'm focusing on for my like learning and reading stuff, because I read a lot of things at once, so it like helps me have just like a place where I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so for today, we'll do this. Okay, morning pages are done. just include that. And then I want to work on my Prediction X class, which is a class that I'm taking out of Harvard X, which is like an online thing, and it's totally for free. It's very cool. They have a lot of courses. But so I'm gonna do some of my online class for a little while today. And then what else am I doing? My brain just went, no. Oh, I'm reading Everything is Tuberculosis. I want to finish that today. So that will be one of my goals. Okay, so I'm gonna try to finish Everything is Tuberculosis. I want to work on my Prediction X class. I did my morning pages. And then I'm gonna do Walking in This World. I have like all my stuff right here. I'm gonna do Walking in This World. I'm gonna start my week 2 readings for that. So Walking in This World, week 2, I'll do as well. And then what else am I reading? I'm also reading a hockey book, so I'm just gonna put that in for my like fun book that I'm reading. So for my daily things that I've been doing, this has been really fun for me and like really, really helpful. I have been doing these pages where I'll do like a quote at the top and then my to-do list, and then like just like a little box for like decoration stickers or just like random thoughts. And then I do it like a time block, but not by hour. I do it like morning, afternoon, evening. So that's what I'm laying out for this page. We'll do that together. I'll show you kind of what this looks like for me. At least it's not fancy. It's not like anything special, but it really works for me. What is today? I feel like this one is kind of purple. This is a cute one. Okay, we're gonna use that one. Okay, so far this is what I have for the beginning of my page. I just like to put a cute little quote on top. So today I have Adopt the Pace of Nature. Her secret is patience, which is an Emerson quote. Something that's just been on my mind a lot has been slow down and like be patient. I'm an impatient person. It's something that I like really try to work on like all the time. So I just thought that would be a good grounding quote for today, LOL. So then I'm gonna do my to-do list and then just leave a box for like me to write things. Okay. So for today, on my to-do list is obviously we're doing this vlog together. And then I need to do a TikTok video. I'm gonna be having I have like a show to go to later. Then I'm gonna do Prediction X class. Basically like done with this page. So this is my to-do list for today, and then these are my like activities for morning, afternoon, evening. And then this, I'm gonna put some stickers in when I go get my sticker stuff in a little bit. And then for my next book that I'm doing, I like to do my intention for the day. So I'll do like my intention for the day, and then gratitude, my goals, activities. So basically the activities is like a menu of activities. So if I'm like, what am I doing right now? And I like, not that I can't remember, I get into this like freeze state where I'm like, and then if I read that, I'm like, okay. And then I do like a list on the other side of basically like kind of like basically just stuff I do every day, habits, to just like make sure that I did them, which I know it kind of is already in this book as well, but that's just like how my brain works, and I like doing that. So we're setting this one up for today, yay. Just getting cozy and set up here. I'm gonna work on my online class first, and I have YouTube, I have a nice cup of tea. I don't know if Tortellini will sit with me, because usually when I bring my little desk out, she doesn't like it. This is my lap desk. I love this thing, you guys. It's the best. And I just set up my station like so. And yeah, very exciting. And I got my pens and my highlighters. So nice. So yeah. We're gonna get this going. Online class I've been doing for this month is Jon Snow and the Cholera Outbreak of 1854. So exciting. I am very interested in infectious disease and like public health and epidemiology. It's always been something that's really interesting to me. When I was younger, I was very into this, which I think is kind of funny. But so far I've started this course already. I have learned about Jon Snow, who was this doctor, and he was working on like trying to prove that cholera was actually like a waterborne illness and it didn't come from the air. So he obviously like wanted to help people, but he was mostly like trying to figure this out for like his own personal reasons to like kind of just like be right about his thing. But it was good. It was pretty cool. So he would like canvass neighborhoods and like track all of this data and like figure out like, okay, in this area we have all people from like the same demographic, like these are all, you know, like poor people who live in tenements. And interesting, everyone who's getting sick here is drinking a certain type of water. And over time he's just like collecting this data and like literally going out and talking to people and like finding out about their water drinking habits. And he does realize that like it is indeed from that. And I think that's cool because at the time people were so like, no, it comes from the air. So I think that is super, super interesting. And so this is pretty cool too. They figured out that patient 0 was actually this little baby because, so this baby got really, really sick, and then the family disposed of the waste in their like little like cesspool thing, which is like where you would dump all the chamber pots. And the cesspool where it was buried, it was like shallow, it like leaked into the water well, and there was a pump, specifically the Broad Street pump, that was like the source of all of this yucky poop cholera water. And I just think it's interesting that they were able to figure that out. And it is interesting as well, like in this neighborhood there were 2 specific areas where, you know, people should have died but they didn't. Like there was a brewery there, and the people there didn't get cholera and didn't die because they had like their own like water pump, and the workers there were given like free beer, so they drank like a lot of beer. And then the other place was this like workhouse, so I just think of like people who were like not laborers, like factory workers, pardon me. And they also had their own like private pump, different water source. So I do think that's really interesting. And then listen to this. So then there was one lady who did die who like wasn't supposed to because she lived 4 miles out. This is so funny. So the water pump the Broad Street pump that everyone was drinking from and getting cholera and just like, so I guess this one, it was like really clear and it tasted really pure and clean and like kind of sweet, which is like kind of weird because a lot of the water was like yucca stuff. So a lot of people went to this specific pump to get the water. And there was this lady who like moved away like 4 miles out, and she would have like people in her family bring water from that specific pump like to her, and then she got cholera and died. Isn't that so crazy? So I'm having so much fun with this course. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit and do this and take some notes and relax because this is like very fun for me, and I, in a weird way is kind of relaxing because I can just like be present with myself, you know what I mean? I just finished my online course for the day. So I did like an hour-ish of it. And today I was learning about like the myths in regard to the Jon Snow case. And what I really like about this course is there are videos within it with like conversations with the expert. I don't know why I did that. They are experts. Conversations with the experts. So it's like professors and stuff, and people who like are very knowledgeable in specific fields. There's this lady who, she's an epidemiologist. She's a British lady. She's an epidemiologist. She is really, really cool. And she was just talking about how, you know, he was a doctor, but he looked at things through such a scientific lens, and, you know, because of like his deductive reasoning, he like looked at things more like a scientist than a doctor. And I do think that's really cool. And what I'm going to do next, I think I might go outside and do this because I really like doing these lessons outside. I don't know. So pardon me. I'm doing Walking in This World by my girl Julia. So I did the Artist Way for my curriculum for like a while, since like, I don't know, the beginning of the year up until last month. It just like took me a really long time to do it. So this is the second course. This is the Practical Art of Creativity. I did the first week last week, and then I'm on the second week right now. So we're starting today, week 2, discovering a sense of proportion, and proportion in regard to self. So like discovering self, examining like the limits we have for ourselves and the boundaries we have for ourselves, and like why. Let's let that expand. Let's redraw those things, and looking at, you know, making sure we're not compromising ourselves due to maybe like negative things in our environment. So I'm excited. So there's readings, and there's also like, you know, tasks and exercises in this, which I really, really like. So I think I'm gonna go outside and do the readings. I think this chapter or this week's like readings are actually a little bit longer, which I think is cool. Yeah, it's a little bit longer. That's cool. So it's really not that much though. It is 33 to 53, like 20 pages. And a lot of it is activities. So we're gonna go outside, and I'm gonna do the readings, and I'm gonna get started on some of the tasks. And I'm just gonna bring my binder with me because I have all my like tabs and stuff, and I have a section for this. So let's go outside and get started on this. All right, coming outside was absolutely the move. This is really funny. Okay, when I am feeling like unwell, I have a tree in my backyard, and I just like to sit with her. It just like makes me feel so good. And okay, I love to be outside, and I love to just like sit outside, but I'm not like in a place in my life at the moment where I can like have like a super fancy setup, which is like fine. But here's the thing, you need to live like your life now and romanticize it now. And here, I want to be able to enjoy my time outside. I might not be able to like have like a nice fancy setup, but I use a beach chair. It just is what it is, because I like to sit outside, and I can't wait to have all the things, right? That's a big lesson that I have taken away from the Artist Way, is do not wait, just start. I mean, that's like something that I already kind of figured out, to just like start and figure it out along the way. Like don't wait for something to be perfect. And I feel like a lot of times we rob ourselves of so much happiness because we wait for these like ideal conditions and situations where it's like, okay, for example, right? My situation outside right now, I don't have a gazebo, I don't have like a patio, I don't have like furniture, like nice furniture or tables or anything like that. I don't have like a nice setup that I would want. Okay, but like whatever it looks like, I guess, is kind of irrelevant. It's the action. Like, I want to be outside sitting, so I am outside sitting. And it's funny because when you just like exist in the thing that you want, the universe just kind of comes and it like gives you gifts and is like, oh, that thing that you want that you're doing here, and let me help you along the way. So I just feel like most of the time in life, like, you really should be just doing the thing, even if it's not in the font maybe that you want it to be. It is important that you just like start and do it, because the way that you want it to look will come. You just have to like keep going. Anyway, sorry, that's my little rant. I love the Artist Way so much. That's why I'm doing this though. What was I just talking about? Okay, listen. There was no map, and in later years he would remark that he found his way by just doing it. that inner itch to just do it is the artist compass. I feel like I read so many different things from so many different people, and when they have core beliefs and thoughts that are similar, it like blows my mind. So I feel like truly, like, our emotions are a guide, they're a compass. They are a compass to help navigate us through life. We're gonna do some more cozy reading time. So I'm about to read some Everything is Tuberculosis. This is a book by John Green. And what I guess it kind of makes sense. I think it's funny that for my curriculum this month, I'm doing like 2 different infectious diseases. It's just interesting to me. But I like how in this book, there's just like lots of like little fun facts. Obviously, tuberculosis is like, it's a devastating thing, right? But I like how the information is presented in this. I think it's very easy to digest, easy to break down. It is given to us in a way that is extremely approachable, which I just really, really value. And I will say, I am going to be getting this in like a paper copy just because I like it. I have a bunch of stuff in this like highlighted, and I want to like be able to have it properly highlighted in like an in real life book. So that is happening. Also though, if you're an audiobook girly, a lot of my pals on TikTok have been saying that the audiobook of this is so good, and I guess he reads it. So I love a book that is read by its author. I always think that they do such a good job for an audiobook read through. It's confirmed. I will not be finishing this evening. That's okay because we gotta go. It's showtime. But so here's the thing. This is why I like to show you guys. It's not that deep, right? Life, if you don't finish it, just do it tomorrow, because stress isn't good for us. And also, when like things give us anxiety, we're less likely to go back to them. So you gotta just like make it a fun, silly time. Okay? And it's okay. Like, I'm just gonna finish it tomorrow. It's like literally not a big deal. Oh, hey, Tortellini. Okay. So when I get home though, that'll be Degrassi time, and that'll just like wrap up my curriculum for the day. Because Degrassi, listen, I know it sounds silly, but I'm like actually thinking about the things that are going on and how it's like an anthropologic study, if you will. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I get home. Oh my goodness. So tired. It is so past my bedtime, you guys. It's like 12:30 or something. So curriculum is basically done for the day. Basically done. I gotta eat something and go hunk shoo. I didn't get to finish my book, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna watch a little episode of Degrassi before I go to bed. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out today. This is my first like curriculum vlog, so obviously I'll get better the more I do this. This is my first time. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you had fun. I think it'll be fun to see kind of just like how these end up like forming out. Like, I feel like the more I do this, it'll be cool to see how it takes shape. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm excited to do more of these. So if you are interested in the curriculum club or any of this curriculum stuff, follow me on TikTok, because I do more of like short videos about that. But I will have more of this here. So we'll have a lot more curriculum stuff living on this page as well. So I love y'all so much. Until next time.